Welcome. I am assuming we are live. And we are. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing super well. It is definitely not as much fun staring at a camera as it is looking at everybody. But I know you're all there. One way or another, whether you're watching this live or now or later. Same. So we will begin as ever. Just bear with me a second. I'll turn things down. I'll say good mornings in full. Good morning to Freddie. Good morning to Elaine. Good morning to Adam, who I will promise right now, I will get some more songs for you, cousin. I really will. But before we begin, let us first have a deep breath. Adam, wherever you are, make yourself comfortable. Elaine and Freddie, jiggle your shoulders a little bit. Take a little breath in. And just let it out. Empty out all your stomach. Take another natural breath. And get ready to take a big deep breath in now. And just let it out. And take another big deep breath in. See if you can hold it at the top. 4, 3, 2. One more big deep breath in. And hold. See if you can let it out slowly. Always remember, you can always come back to yourself and find a little bit of peace in your breath. Only takes 3 breaths. If you have time or you need it, do more. But just always know that it only takes a couple of breaths to find some stillness. So good morning, everybody. Good morning. As far as I'm concerned, it is a beautiful day today. Although it should always be a beautiful day, but nonetheless, it does feel like that right now. Good morning to Mr. Jono, wherever you are. I hope you're good. Morning again to Freddie. Good morning to Paul Morgan. Paul Morgan. That's how I think Paul Morgan is. Many a good memory. Good morning to everybody. Hope you're all good. I hope you're happy wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I hope you're enjoying week 2 of UK isolation. Morning to Jack Darwin, your bro. I hope you're good, man. I hope you are good. You missed some breaths. I expect you to take them later on. So I promised that I would always begin with what's on, because if you're busy, you at least get to catch what's on. Then if you want to stay, you can hear me talk about whether good or bad even exists. But I will begin as I always promise, which is to share with you what is going on. So the purpose of making these streams was basically, there's lots of good snizzle dizzle going on every single day, but we don't all know what that is. So I made this. I made a nice, easy way for people to be able to add whatever they want into it. So if you are a practitioner, if you offer support, guidance, anything at all, that could assist people right now. Maybe you're doing it because you're trying to take your business online. Maybe you're doing it because you've always done it and you just really want to offer more. Maybe you're doing it because you're using this situation we're in to really step out there more. Doesn't matter. It's all automated. There's a little link you can click. You can fill in the form yourself. I should have them on copy every single time, shouldn't I? Where's my pen? I'll have to remember that. So there's a link you can click and you can fill this in really, really easily. It's growing every single day. And the whole idea is a little bit like if you ever went on a Butlins holiday or like a kid's holiday and you go away and you've got Thompson there. Probably shouldn't have picked Thompson, should I? And they're like, hey guys, this is what we've got on for today. Well, then that's kind of like what I'm doing, except from a self-healing perspective. So if you can't see it, I'm going to run through it anyway. And I'm also going to include like 7 a.m.s tomorrow because obviously I don't start till 10 or 5. So I missed them. So what have we missed today? Well, we have missed Vinyasa Floor Yoga with Jojo Krago. I really love that name, by the way. Jojo, I don't know who you are, but I would love to meet you. So Jojo does it every single morning, it would seem, at 7:45 as a Facebook Live. So if you're up at that time and you want to get your body movement moving, we've got Vinyasa Floor at that time. And I think off memory, Vinyasa Floor is quite beginners. I always thought Vinyasa was quite not heavy, but intense. It's not a gentle one. But it does say it's gentle. Introduction, pranayama. Do you know what? Just go and experience it. Who am I to comment? Okay, so 12 o'clock, we have the Gaga dancers. Very interesting. I've still not managed to make the Gaga dancers yet, but it's definitely, from what I've heard and what I've seen, a lot of movement, a lot of free flow, a lot of stretching, a lot of getting the body into a great state. So that's 12 o'clock every single day on Zoom. So you'll need to book on. There's a bit.ly link to book on there as well. 12:30, we have the guided meditation with Lavinia Sanders. That's at 12:30 every day. That is on her Facebook Live as well. 1 o'clock, we have dance and movement again with the Gaga teachers. So that's twice every single day, 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock. Then at 1:11, we have Deborah Delglin, the one and only cosmic granny. If you've never experienced Grandma Debs, she is a wonderful soul. There we go. She's a wonderful soul, and she'll be doing meditations at 1:11 every single day as well. A quick welcome. Hang on. Tanya wants to know, Scooby wants to know, can I add a free ceremony by Rita tonight on here? You can. Quickest thing, Scoob, is to look at my prior. How do I post in here? Let me just get this done now because I said I'd do it for people. So if I copy this and then if I paste it, bear with me, peeps. Let's just do this now so it's done. And then if I go here. Let's get this done for people so it's done. See if I can do it all at the same time. So what do we have after that? These are sorted by the wrong day. Sort by day. Sort by UK time. There we go. I've already missed some things for you peeps, haven't I? See, this is me looking and focusing on Scooby now, isn't it? But we'll put this in now. Here we go. Comments. Paste. To enter your offering. There you go. Comments is in. So we had it sorted the wrong way because 10 o'clock every single on Tuesdays we have a Bright Sky talk that was missed. Okay, so apologies, guys. I tried to be clever by adding in yesterday, but I sorted the times wrong. So 11 o'clock, 45 minutes from now, we have got 2 fitness sessions. We've got HIIT, which is high intensity interval training with Raul Olesco, another great name. Some beautiful names on here today. That is at 11 o'clock. And then at 11 o'clock as well, we have got Pilates with Julie. 12 o'clock, we've got the Gaga dancers. We talked about that. We've got the meditation with Lavinia. Then at 12:30 as well, we have another meditation with Tushita, the Tushita Meditation Center. That is at 12:30. 1 o'clock, Gaga dancers again. 1:11, Cosmic Granny, like the Generation Game. 6:30, a cuddly toy. We've got dance and movement, contemporary dance with Ina Kolitsa. 7 p.m. nighttime stories. So if you're trying to get your children off to bed or just fancy a little bit of a nighttime story, 20 minutes stories of the most curious and beautiful, wonderful stories from around the world, told by Kenyan Scottish performance storyteller Mara Menzies. 7:30 tonight, we have creative life drawing. Wow, that sounds awesome, with Agata. Creative, so that's life drawing with Agata, and it is, because this is a new one for us, it says on Tuesdays his life drawing sessions they started weekly and will be delivered in a virtual class. Everyone's welcome. All you need to do in order to attend is to stay at home and have a computer to connect it to the internet. I think we all meet that, don't we? So if you want to fancy something a bit different this evening, then you have that. At 8 o'clock, you've got the one and only Tim Snell doing his breath work and Soma breath work and meditation. And at 10 o'clock tonight, again, we have every night, I think, is Yoga Nidra with Uma Dinsmore. Let me read her description as well. Through the practice of deep rest and with the intention to support you to feel centered and present and boost your immune system. We invite you to find a quiet place to lay down your bones, warm and cozy, and sink into the deep healing power of Nidra Shakti. Oh, that's nice. What a beautiful way to finish off the day as well. So you could do nothing today except everything on there, and you'd have a really good day. A really good day. So if you are any person that runs a practice, makes an offer, if you know people who are doing, whether they're just trying to help their business a bit more, whether they're just wanting to reach out more, or they've always had that gift, but they've worked in computer programming all their life and they don't really talk about that gift, you have the perfect opportunity to do so. So I've already put the comment in. You'll see it in there. I put to enter your offering. There's a link you click. It's a little table you fill in. And then your offer will be in there. Scooby, if you're adding yours now, I don't see it. And it is a live table. So maybe it will come in later on. We'll have a see. We'll have a see. Jack says yoga sounds good. He'll tune in tomorrow. Awesome. Good morning to Jane Fox. Good morning to Angelita. I hope your class was good yesterday, Angelita. And good morning to Lisa Collier. Good morning to Josie Broughton. Good morning to Scott Redfern. I went to school with Josie Broughton. Good morning to Sally Snell. Lived in Ibiza with Sally Snell as well. And back to Scooby as well. Good morning to everyone. I hope you're all good. Tell me where you are right now. Tell me what is making your day and your life absolutely wonderful or even challenging. There's one thing we need to be is a space for everything. I'm doing my best whilst I am doing these lives to offer a different perspective to everything going on. If you want to take your mind off things for a little bit, if you want to do something that's a bit better for your body, if you want to change your news and get it from somewhere else, then that's what I entail to try and do. An alternative viewpoint to fill your life with something that might support you in a more harmonious way. So that is what is on for today, guys and girls. And if I see Scooby's already, oh, there we go, 10 o'clock. So 10 o'clock tonight, 8 o'clock tonight, sorry, we have meditation and breath work. It's an online ceremony. Ceremony is to support us to clearing the virus vibrationally within, and also to consciously unify as a tribe of light to increase our telepathy so we can deepen in service and stand steady. That sounds lovely. Absolutely beautiful. So that's the 31st tonight, 8 p.m. British Standard Time, which is now UTC time as well. That's by Rita Hertz. So we have a total of 17 things you can do today. So do not spend any time mourning that you have nothing to do, because you've got tons of things to do. There's always stuff to do. Good morning to Kirsty as well. I hope everyone is good. Morning, Daniel. Thank you for being so brilliant. You're welcome. I do my best. I do my best, and I do my little bit in my corner of the world, which is all that we can do. So, a couple of things that I thought were really interesting. I'm trying to find the origins of this, but at some point we moved from either from the Julian calendar to the Gregorian calendar, or we mirrored something from the Hindu calendars. It's all down to whether or not we look at lunar cycles or sun cycles. But a few traditions, a few cultures have this time right now, everything from the 25th of March to about the 1st of April as the new year. It was the old new year. And I was thinking about that, and I thought it's really interesting. I've also seen up until the 5th of April as well. But most things seem to run from the 25th of March to the 31st of March. And that April 1st is a new year. Which is one of the reasons why they say April Fool's was on the 1st of April. Because if you still celebrated a new year on the 1st of April, you were a fool. Which I kind of don't get if the 1st of April is a new year, unless the new year was the 25th of March to the 31st of March as a celebration, and then it stopped by the 1st. But either way, there's a lot of noise, let's say, a lot of conversation that we are in this period that used to be old year to new year. And I find that really, really beautiful, because I think with everything going on, definitely right now we're either at the height of or in the midst of like a global general lockdown. Not everyone's on lockdown, I get that. But there's definitely, most countries have been affected, and most countries are in some sort of restraint. And that fascinates me. I don't know. I like to look at synchronicities. I like to look at things as they come in. I don't hold too much weight or attachment onto them. Like yesterday, I talked about non-attachment. But I definitely find it curious. I do find it curious. So I wanted to just let you all know that. Maybe you have some more insights. Maybe you've got some more information. Kirsty said yesterday was the first day of the galactic calendar. It was the first day of the galactic calendar. So it was the first day of the Mayan galactic calendar. So that's a 260-day cycle. And I think that's based on the moon. No, it's not. That's the 13 moon cycle. It evades me what it was based on, but yesterday was the start of the galactic calendar. However, that's a 260-day calendar, which means it would significantly move each year. But it is beautiful that it was yesterday as well. Very quickly, Jane says, is your list available to share out the activities? It is. It is, and I'll give it you now in case you are leaving. I do always post them afterwards on at the top, but I should start doing it at the beginning, shouldn't I? I'm going to have to give you the Kanban, Jane, because I haven't done one specifically for today yet. So bear with me, and I'll get that done for you now. There you go. I'm sure you'll work it out. List of events for today. And there you go. There you go, Jane. You have it. So I share the old year to the new year at some point. It's something to ponder and consider. But someone asked the question the other day about good and bad. We run a few groups, and one of our groups is around sovereign conscious leadership and also around Human 5.0. And it comes up a lot around good and bad. Does good and bad exist? How do you deal with things right now when, how do you perceive something as not being bad, basically? And I think that it's important to remember that good and bad are perspectives of the human psyche. An animal doesn't necessarily, as far as we know and as far as we can see, dictate something as good or bad. Nature doesn't say that a meadow is good and a swamp is bad. Nature doesn't say that sunlight is good and darkness is bad. That heat is good and rain is bad. If we look to nature, and that's how I tend to make most of my observations and link those observations back into human life, there is no notion for good or bad in nature. There just is. There's just stuff. It's human beings that labor on, well, that's good and that's bad, and we need to do more of this and less of that, which is where the whole positive mental attitude stuff came from in like the 90s and the noughties. Like, just think positive and that's all you need to do. And there's a beautiful line out of a song by a woman called Fire. I'm pretty certain she's called Fire or Fia, Fia. And her songs are like medicine. I mean, they're like therapeutic psychology songs. And she starts by saying, "Those who speak about the light whilst banishing the dark are walking around cut in half." And I just think it is a beautiful opening to a song. And so we can look around at any point and see darkness and bad or anything like that. But that's just our perspective in that moment. That's just where we're at. And I could press pause at any point in your life and you could be experiencing something, but that thing you're experiencing in that moment, you could think's terrible. But you move forward 2-3 years and that thing that was terrible makes you who you are. I am but the byproduct of all of the pain I've experienced and all of the joy. But I learn my lessons through the pain. As Thomas Edison said with making the light bulb, what was it like? He was asked, how did you carry on going after failing 270 odd times? And he said, I didn't fail 270 times. I found 270 ways how not to do it. And on the next attempt, he made the light bulb. So we know that to see anything in our life and see it as bad is to judge the dream before it's finished. And Lao Tzu, a famous Chinese emperor, said, never judge the dream until the dream is over. So stepping away from labeling something in good or bad and rather just seeing something as the experience that it is, seeing it as the truth of what it is, and also at the same time just seeing it as nothing. It's just an experience, and life is just a cascade and a mirror of experiences that move along from one to the next. The question is, are we present in that moment of the experience? Whether we perceive that to be painful or not is a different question. But having that presence in that moment to experience whatever it is we're experiencing is the most profound thing that you can do. Not living in the past and thinking you should have done something different, not living in the future and thinking, oh, well, what will this mean? But just being able to just be with something and meet it and be with it in self energy, not reactionary, not emotionally, not caught up in it in a way that it detracts from who you are and stops you from experiencing something. Because if we have our emotions too riled, then all of the blood rushes from our brain into our body. We are in fight or flight mode. We're literally pumped, ready to react in some way. Our cognitive ability reduces. So I think the more that we can soften our emotional bond, loosen good and bad from everything, and just experience things for what they are, we'll all get caught up much less. We'll all be more present. And it would make sense to me that we can show up for each other at a greater depth. So I said I would run through that this morning for one of our students. What is good? What is bad? How do we mitigate the two? And I hope that is, hope that's useful. and what some people needed to hear this morning. Jane says, great, thank you. We have Matthew Pickles as well listening with us. Good morning, Matt. I hope you're good. So that is where we are at today. Freddie says that makes good sense. I think so as well. I hope so. Look at this. I make banners and I don't even use them. I want to say a huge thank you as well to Freddie for sending me your songs yesterday. I loved listening to them. And the song that's the first song, I'd love you to sing that one morning. So I'd love us to do a test live so that you can just make sure it works and be happy with it. And then if you want to come on and sing a song, probably start it next week or back end of this week, that would be great. And I've got a request for Matt, if Matt's on as well. Where's Adam's? Adam's my awesome cousin. He's going to help me do some interviews. Adam asked, could you do a song that we could both sing? Because obviously some of the songs that I've been doing with Adam aren't songs that he would necessarily know. So I said, you've got to name me 3 songs. So he's named here Crazy Thing Called Love, Yellow Submarine, and King of the Road. So I'd like to call on people like Matthew Pickles, and Matt Pickles, if you're listening, or Damien, or anybody. I'm going to try and learn like one of them or a couple so that Adam can sing some, and any other people. But if you are a person who already plays songs like that, it's much easier for me to hand over to you. So if someone wishes to play any one of those 3 songs, wherever they are, they're here, aren't they? There they are. If anybody wants to play any of those 3 songs, that would be really, really helpful for me. I'd love that as a gift for my little cousin. And Freddie, thank you for your songs yesterday as well. So, where are we at now? We're at our own song time now. And I thought I would put these up for us today. So this is a song called Tai Tai Papa G. So we're going to sing today. Maybe we've got a love part there because someone knows it as well. I don't know. But what I do know is this. I'm going to read to you where it's from because it's a beautiful story. And I met a woman called Benita whilst doing some deep prayer work down south. And she sang this song. She's a dear, sweet elder, much like the Cosmic Granny. I've got a lot of love for her, and I've only met the lady once, but she just holds a beautiful energy. I forget her last name, but I know her first name is Benita. And as she wrote this song, she said that Tai Tai is the name for father-son from the Native Americans. Papa G is my twinkle at the yoga tradition for calling a father or guru. I like the childlike play with sounds here and the mix-up of traditions. The song was conceived on a winter's day in February on Woolacombe Beach in North Devon. Very misty, empty and mysterious as the sun came streaking through, creating smoke on the water and sweetness and lightness of heart. I received it as a skipping child, dancing on the beach, uncensored, happy and free. And she sang this song, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So I thought, well, I will sing it for you this morning. I hope you can see all that. You can see most of that, can't you? I'm going to do my best with this song anyway. It's Tai Tai Papa G by Benita. Tai 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 Papa G, hey Yana, really, you light up mystery, re. Tai 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 Papa G, hey Yana, really, you wake up mystery, for me. Open my eyes that I may see the wonders and the beauty of my life today, the magic and the sweetness of your love at play. You tight, Papa G, hey yana dee, you light up mystery, tight, Papa G, hey yana dee, you wake up mystery for me. Touch my heart so I can be as loving and as warm and as light as you, inspired and connected with the things I do. You tight, Papa G, ayana dee, you wake up mystery, tight, Papa G, ayana dee, you wake up mystery for me. Spread my wings that I may fly, a bird with splendid colors up into the sky. Turn the illusion from the mystery, for happiness and peace in all humanity. For happiness and peace in all humanity. Oh, tight, Papa G, ayana dee, you light up mystery, tight, Papa G, ayana dee, you wake up mystery, tight, Papa G, ayana dee, you wake up mystery, tight, Papa G, ayana dee, you wake up mystery for me. I love that song. Thank you, Benita, for writing that song. And I picture you skipping on a beach on a beautiful, misty, sunny morning every time I sing it. Oh, if anyone knows her, I'd love you to bring her into that. I'd love her to see that and witness that, because it means a lot to me to meet that lady. Oh, Chris Cooper's joined us. Good morning, Chris. Says Daniel, well done, keeping our spirits up. I will do my best, sir. Lavinia is on as well. Lavinia, whose meditation is at 12:30. Pretty certain it's at 12:30. We've got Arjan on here as well. We have Francisco Benvenuti, who we took down to Kiva this year. I hope Kiva's happening. I really, really do. Lavinia says, late to the party. Wonderful to hear you singing. You are welcome. Good morning. And we have Katrina as well. Good morning, Katrina. Good morning, everybody. However, we are at the end. So I have nothing left to do except to help us all have a final breath. Remember that you came into this world and took your first breath. It was the first thing you did, and it will be the last thing you do when you leave this earth and drop a body. So in between, the more breaths we can take with conscious intention, the calmer you'll feel, the more life force you'll have in your body. So get yourself comfortable. Give yourself a little wriggle. Take a normal breath in. Let it out. Take another normal breath in. And let it out. And prepare yourself. Empty your lungs. And take a big, deep breath in. And let it out with a sigh. Take another big, deep breath in. See if you can hold it. And and let it out slowly. See if you can hold your breath with an empty lung. No air. And when you're ready, take a breath in. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it out. And you may find a lot of benefit in taking a few conscious breaths a couple of times a day. But if you don't, and you have stayed with me throughout this morning discussion, then you've at least done 6. And it's 6 more than you may have ever done. Who knows? So I will post the links again to what's on. Remember, there's so much stuff on today. There really is. So if you need something to do, or you want to find some peace, some solace, some refuge amidst all of the noise, then you have things you can do. If you were here for the good or bad, or you're struggling right now to make a bit of sense, about halfway through I discuss good and bad, whether they even exist. And we have a beautiful song at the end, written by Benita. So I hope this morning has helped you all. I hope you had a nice morning. Freddie says that was a lovely song. It is beautiful, isn't it? I know. That's why I went up to her afterwards to get it. Lavinia's going to catch up afterwards. Have a beautiful day full of love and light. You too. I wish everyone all of the best. I know that I'm streaming as well to other channels. It's difficult to keep up with the comments because they don't all come through on here, and I am where I am. So if you have commented on any of the other platforms and I've not said hello to you or anything like that, then I apologize. I am very grateful for all of you that tune in, that take the time to do so, especially if you stay till the end. There's so much stuff, and our attention spans are that short that I do appreciate that a 30-odd minute video, 35-minute video might be too long for people. But if you have stayed, or even if you just checked in, thank you. I really appreciate it. And I hope it has been helpful. I hope you have a beautiful day. Every single day the sun shines, and every single day is a new day. If today's been a difficult start to the day, I hope it's better. And always know that tomorrow will always be a new day. So thank you. Take care, everyone. And namaste.